which will be pinned in my chat. So yeah, all socials are pinned in the chat. To go ahead and turn on the filter real quick. We have mods coming here soon. So yeah, we're streaming on this channel to get the watch time increased a bit. Good job. And also, it's kind of chill on this channel. Like, I feel like it's like, honestly, there's not like, you know, not as many like orangutans. So it's like peaceful, you know. All right. So we gotta get this shit going. Let's see. Oh, we have 700K. Or no, not 700K. We have 700 watch time hours. No, guys, isn't this channel like kind of like low key? Like, you know, one thing that I like is that it's peaceful. Like, I don't like that there's no super chat and things like that. But like, I'm like sleepy. I'm gonna try to stay up as late as possible. But like, if I'm gonna sleep anywhere, I'd rather sleep on this channel where it's more peaceful. It's like nice, quiet. So yeah, no, like this is what I'm gonna start doing. Like when it's getting later, when I'm getting tired, that's when I come to this channel. Like in case I accidentally fall asleep, it's like, okay, it's on this channel. That's good for the watch time. Okay, so I need to go get Eris or Paisley. One of them, because they keep fighting. Well, it's not they. Well, it's not they, it's he's chasing her, but let's go. Oh. Hey, who do I get? I think I want Bear. Paisley's stupid. Hi. Hello, baby girl. Are you hungry, baby? Paisley. All right, did you eat enough? All right, hold on, let me pick her up. Oh, she's big. You're growing too much. Okay, I just want to be with my girls. Oh, I love my girls so much. Like, literally, dude, like, don't I have the best girls in the world? Like, so I have Molly. Molly? Why do you look so sad? Oh my god. Holy shit. So yeah, no, I have the best girls in the world. Oh my god. And the other one's here. The other one's here. The other one's here. Look at these two girls. No, 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 no. No, we're gonna get along. No, we're gonna be so happy together. Okay, Eris, you're gonna lay down. What? Why do you make these noises? Eris, like, you know. And then Molly. Oh my god. Yeah, like, guys, look at how lucky I am. Dude, look, I'm like so lucky. Eris, come on. Why are you doing this? No. Stop. Stop it, yum yum. Yum yum. Puffy. Ollie. Okay. So this is me at my happiest. This is like literally just so you guys know, this is my heaven. Like this is my heaven. Yeah, okay. So we are going to be watching the news. Okay. Hey, stop. Why are you being a bitch? Stop. All right, I'm gonna put you guys like right over here. So we're gonna be watching the. Oh, okay, so we're gonna be watching the news. And relaxing. 'Cause yeah, I am a bit tired. I don't. I've been a little bit sick. Yeah, make sure you guys are leaving a thumbs up. Stop. Okay, let's see. We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44. This is the first look at the current. Stop. Why are you acting like this?
Far left Senator Elizabeth Warren has yet another thing that she wants the government to tax. If we're going to build an AI future that works for everyone, then we need to tax AI and invest in people. Right now, companies pay taxes on their workers and get tax breaks for investing in AI. Whoa. It's time to make corporations pay their fair share and make sure they're no longer incentivized to fire workers and replace them with AI. In a recent opinion piece for Time magazine, Warren warns that AI will soon cost millions of Americans their jobs and create a, quote, permanent underclass, all while calling for new taxes on the technology. And she wants all that money raised from taxes to fund a left-wing commie wish list, universal health care, bigger government, a jobs guarantee, and free education and apprenticeships. All right, for more, let's bring in Unleash Prosperity co-founder and America First Policy Institute senior fellow, Steve Moore. Steve, always good to see you. All right, you got your usual Elizabeth Warren stuff here. If it moves, tax it. If it has a name, tax it, whatever. Go to town on that if you want. I will ask you, though, I thought it was interesting that she said, okay, let's watch something else. Let's watch something more fun. Workers, but providing incentives for AI investment. Let's see. Okay, so there's a Wizard Liz update.
Peter was such a cringy man. Like, I was shocked when I met Peter at the airport. I started like hanging out with Peter the next day. Mm-hmm. I was like sleeping at my own bed on the pool, and he was on his own bed because I didn't want to communicate with him. I did fall in love with him. It took a few Chanel bags. It took a few transfers to my account. And then I was like, you know what? I might actually like this guy.
Bad with girls. Well, I guess you're right. Psych! Hit or miss, huh? You've never ever had a girl they've never kissed. Yeah, you're shooting shots at your king. Well, you missed, bro. 7 out of 10, not even impressed.
For years, the Wizard Liz built an empire around the image of the high-value woman, a woman who knows her worth, manifests her dream life, and refuses to settle for less. But recently, that carefully curated
Okay, you guys have
persona
got to
has
see
come.
this?
including her former family, are exposing the gaps between Liz's brand and her reality. We
Like,
need
this is
to
all I
talk, you
wanted.
guys, because what were once dismissed as sugar baby allegations surrounding the Wizard Liz's rise to fame, which always felt somewhat mysterious given how quickly she seemed to blow up out of nowhere, are now being brought back into the spotlight. As more information and claims continue to surface, she is losing a significant portion of her fan base, and many followers are starting to question the image she has spent years building. So it all started with this post that reignited a conversation that had been circulating for years. What began as speculation quickly surfaced with photos and videos, which viewers claimed Liz had made several slip-ups that appeared to support long-standing rumors about her past. We're talking the Dubai escort allegations and much more. This is crazy, you guys. Let's get into it because now people argue that these revelations stand in direct contrast to the image she cultivated online and pretty much became a millionaire. One centered about being self-made, independent, and having high standards and self-respect. You guys all like demonize me. Oh my god, she accepted 10K. She folded for 10K. You guys fall for good morning texts. You guys get turned on because the guys send you good morning. That doesn't turn me on. So someone made a post talking about Liz's first boyfriend. Liz would talk about this first boyfriend multiple times in many of her videos. Is it the How to Be Spoiled video? I remember her advising her followers about asking men for money because they don't think 2 seconds about asking you to take your clothes off. Subsequently, this post started making the rounds. Y'all, how come she censored all of her boyfriends from Dubai back then? Now, this photo was from back in 2023. Like, she didn't even post as much as their finger, talking about how much she would post when it came to Landon. But as soon as she got with Landon, 98 of her posts were close-ups of his unfortunate looking face. Why do you think that is? Do state the obvious, all forms of input are welcome. And Liz, I know you love to lurk on here. Prove me wrong by posting this dude's face, but you won't, and more importantly, can't, right? Now, this was the photo from 2023 where Liz had censored this older looking man in her TikTok video, and apparently this was all in Dubai. Someone even pointed out the censor at the time, like, why are you censoring your man? And Liz said, he ruined my picture. And people are like, yeah, we're not buying into that. The man appears to be much older. People are pointing out the white hair they can notice in this photo, and they're like, yeah, this girl definitely had a sugar daddy. All the while, her online brand, everything she was preaching for years was the complete opposite. And that's what people are up in arms about. All the top comments, they were probably married clients, so they wouldn't let her post them. And then people were calling her out for having the gall to accuse Abby of having married sugar daddies and shaming her for that. When in actuality, people fully believe she was fully living that lifestyle behind the scenes. For context, this was the story Liz posted at the time the whole fallout with her and Landon was going on. And when Abby chimed in, trying to simply warn Liz about Landon and her horrific past experience with him, Liz said at the time, oh, and I'm trying to message her personally now, but I just saw she blocked me. Girl, how are you going to lie and block me? And how are you going to talk about cheating when Landon just posted evidence of you having a married sugar daddy whilst in a relationship with him? Weird. Someone else posted this. She was constantly switching hotels in Dubai in the time she had a boyfriend back then. And you guys, people are like, the signs were all there. Me calling my man to transfer me money because I accidentally paid with my card instead of his. And if that wasn't enough, sure. Watch this video that's going around that has people's jaw dropped. She talks about this guy named Peter who seems to be a cringy old man and says that this man would buy her Chanel bags and luxury items and that she ended up falling in love with this man. You know how they say when you meet them, you will know? Oh my God, yeah, but did you have that? Yeah. So I know it with someone, not Alfredo at all. Not Alfredo.
I'm not fixing you guys.
I did have that with
Oh shit, hold on, let me
previous
mark.
relationship. And yeah, I just knew. What previous? Your ex? Yeah, I was not gonna use that term anymore on this channel. Yeah, right.
Peter.
Stop.
Yeah, with Peter. I had that with Peter very hard, and I had that very hard.
Very hard.
Very hard. So is it true? Like you meet them, you're like, okay, this. No, I knew immediately. But you were like, I never want to see you. Yeah, I really did. Like for the first year. Yep. So you know, after a year, no, my mom had to force me to go back. What is that? That's when I say something evil. But the issue is like she had to force me to go back and stuff because the only issue was when I met Peter. Peter was such a cringy man.
Like, I was shocked when I met Peter at the airport. I did not know if Peter 30 years old or 13. He was wearing a bulldog's cap, but he was wearing this crunched up polo that was 12 years old. Yeah. So I was like, what is that? And I was like, and how are you looking? Oh, I was very beautiful, like extremely beautiful queen goddess. You know? Like when Peter saw me, Peter couldn't believe his eyes. Peter was like, damn, how did I get so lucky? And he told me he immediately fell in love, you know? And but then the issue was when I started like hanging out with Peter the next day, we went to the pool together. I was like sleeping at my own bed on the pool, and he was on his own bed because I didn't want to communicate with him. And I always bring like water for myself. Okay? It was very hot.
And is Peter of a hot physique, you would say, or?
Peter was very skinny. He had abs, but he was very skinny. And I like some chubby men. Like ordering that, when the waiter goes, I hear behind me. Then I look behind, and I'm thinking to myself, listen, this man is so cringe, okay? Pray to God. I look behind, and I'm like, what do you want? And then he goes like, shouldn't you order something for me too, my dear? Shouldn't you ask if I want something? And I was like, I guess, okay. So I was like, sir, what do you want? And whatever, I ordered something for him.
Now, this is not the only thing Liz is getting called out for. She is also getting called out for having an alt account, allegedly. And this is all crazy information, you guys, but she's being called out for having a fake account that she made where she would defend Landon in the comments and also shame Abby in the comments. So this was the post Liz's alt Insta she used to bash Abby and defend Landon exposed. Proof. So this was the account name Melina60793. Account is linked to her email. And you know the internet is always down to go FBI mode. This person said, so someone noticed that the user Melina sounds awfully like Liz. She defended Landon and named Abby in the comments. Here are some of the comments you guys can pause to read. The Reddit user said, well, I ran an OSINT search on her email, and that Instagram user is linked to her email. Why the F would you make a fake account using your main email and then put that email in official documents that later became public? This is shocking, you guys. So this is the document as of April 2nd of this year, and you can see the emails definitely match. It's the same email. You are effing dumber than I thought you were, Fatima, and now we have proof that you definitely hated Abby's guts and were jealous enough to send hate yourself from an alt account at that. And then they ended off with update, she just deleted the account. And it's actually true. I went over and searched the account. You can no longer find it. So I guess Liz is out here peeping through these Reddit snark pages about her that are exposing her. Apparently, Landon also used this account as well. There was a screenshot of him promoting his business or his rings. And allegedly, he used this account to promote his business by sending a question kind of posing as someone else when in actuality it was him, allegedly. This was a screenshot. Laughed my ass off, and Landon used it as well. And the girl shouldn't be hooking up with married sugar daddies, period. Fatima, stop projecting. And you guys, people are on her ass now. And let me just tell you guys, it has been one hell of a month for Liz. I mean, we're in June now, but May was hell for her because she was also in some drama with another TikToker. When the whole situation of Liz and Landon going on each other's stories went viral last week of them exposing each other, tons of creators were making videos about the situation because obviously it was very shocking for everyone to see. Like, people were saying this was the start of Liz's demise, that she completely ruined her life. She didn't use her sound judgment as a self-proclaimed high-maintenance relationship guru. Liz ended up commenting on this TikToker's video. She was not happy with the things she had to say.
The wizard Liz has commented on my post. Let's read it. Bro, is all you talk about me? You're truly obsessed and deranged in your head. Get a fucking life or read some books so you can talk about someone else, you weirdo. No one will click on your video if you do not put me in the title or take my message out of context. What a weird person you are. Hi Liz, you are absolutely right. The videos which I make about you perform so well, but you shouldn't be surprised about this because you are a famous content creator and you talk about things which unfortunately many women can relate to. Toxic relationships. 4 days ago, I made a video summarizing your live stream where you were sharing what you and your ex were currently going through. Liz is not America, so she had to go abroad in order to renew her visa. According to Orlando, I still don't know what the guy's name is, and nobody ever would if it wasn't for Liz. You're a public figure and you post so people have discussions. I actually pinned a comment where I asked people to report Landon because he shared a picture of your child without your consent. And I was very happy to see that this photo was banned. But despite of supporting you as you're going through this absolute nightmare, I do not agree with your philosophy. And to be honest, I often find your content quite red pillish and even dangerous for women. But disagreeing and expressing different opinions is what actually makes conversations productive. When everybody agrees with one another, it means that they probably live under a dictatorship. You just like myself, by the way, are a person with Caucasian roots. So you probably value us having a chance of disagreeing with one another without having fatal consequences.
But anyways, you guys, Liz had made some updates on her Instagram story yesterday, and here's what she had to say. She's been making these videos with her sister Sabina, and everyone is calling her out in the comment section, being like, "You're fake pretending to be happy. We know you're miserable deep down, like you are going through hell and back. You're just putting on this front. We're not buying into it." And instead of taking care of her baby and actually taking time to heal, which she desperately needs at this time, she's deciding to respond to all the hate almost every other day. She recently posted this: "Whoever preyed on my downfall, pray harder. Imagine calling this my downfall. Meanwhile, I'm beautiful, rich, successful, intelligent, and can travel the world right now because my baby daddy finally decided he wants to be an active parent. And I'm seeing my child soon. I think I'm good. Don't ever feel bad for me. I don't need pity. I'm not a victim, and I will never come online and say I'm a victim." I shared my side of the story after he posted pics of my child, but that's it. Keep it moving. Typical baby daddy behavior. Women go through this every day. This is just a public version of what happens to women on the daily. The focus should be on women who truly have sad situations and can't get out of it. Women stuck in Afghanistan, for example. That's truly sad. But let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments down below. I'd love to know your thoughts. I love you guys so much. And as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.
On her foot.
Sometimes life can be a little messy. But with next gen Nubella Performance Fabric at Ashley, we've got your whole home covered. So you can get back to what you love, messes and all.
Oh shit, let's turn on the video.
You love building high-performing websites, but you don't love having the
Avery Woods used to be like every other full-time influencer. She posted about her life, filmed vlogs with her family, and genuinely created some pretty chill content. With a TikTok account of over 2 million followers and an Instagram account of 800,000 followers, she was successful, but nothing too big. And honestly, I usually wouldn't cover somebody like this because she just seems so normal. At least she used to be. Because one Google search of Avery Woods' name brings you hundreds of posts about the supposedly heinous things that she's done. From offensive and downright explicit remarks to harassing other creators, her horrific, weird boy mom behavior, which we've talked about in the past. It's disgusting.
Boy moms, feel me on this, but my son has my heart and my soul. I obviously am obsessed with Stevie Lee. She is just the greatest little girl in the world. But my whole life, I always wanted to be a boy mom.
And even people are digging up posts from the past where she has posted her children completely naked. There needs to be more discourse around her posting her child fully nude multiple times on Instagram while advertising her OnlyFans links. Doing OF while pregnant and simultaneously posting her children nude is PDF baiting. And alongside all of this, there are a ton of other controversies. So I have to ask, what happened? Is Avery Woods literally the most toxic influencer? So you better buckle up and prepare yourselves, besties, because today I'm going to be talking about how social media turned Avery Woods into a shell of a person, how her insane rise to fame is at this point bound to plummet, and how her story should serve as a cautionary tale for all influencers. Avery was never a big influencer. I mean, compared to the multi-millionaire level celebs that I cover quite often on this channel, she's just never going to hit that level of popularity. But that just doesn't change the fact that she has a very sizable platform. And back in 2020, Avery just used it to post about being an aesthetic nurse, about her family, cooking, and maybe a bit of fitness. It was simple content, but Avery was just likable enough to slowly build herself a following. I remember I used to watch her early days when she was really close friends with Emily Kaiser. I thought she was very comedic and fun. I thought she was interesting. And I also did really enjoy seeing a little bit of the outside of her family dynamic. If you look at her content today, it is astonishingly different and almost a little bit disturbing, to say the least.
Went too many espresso martinis last night at our anniversary dinner. I can no longer handle liquor like I used to in college. Cannot see a damn thing. Let's go get my baby.
It only took her about 3 years to transition into social media as full-time work and then again start her new podcast. Avery has this podcast called Cheers. She had some first early episodes where she was doing kind of episodes on her own, episodes with her husband, and then she would have guest stars appear. Where the controversy really took off for Avery was when she had Harry Jowsey appear on her podcast last February of 2025. Now, just the sheer fact that she had Harry Jowsey appear on her podcast, like this guy is like the red flag of the internet. So I can't imagine a lot of her female viewers would really be that excited to hear from him. Like for me personally, you're not that interesting to me. And you just know that it's really bad when you make Harry Jowsey uncomfortable with the amount of jokes and inappropriate comments you're making throughout this entire podcast. And like Harry Jowsey is like literally, like, I'm sorry, I'm not being mean, but like from what we already know and all the controversies he's been a part of, he's literally a rotten tomato. He's a bad apple.
So I actually had to look up this clip because everyone on TikTok wasn't actually saying what Avery Woods said that was so controversial. I looked it up and I'm like, girl, it's like she's trying to be Alex Cooper back in 2018. You don't need to make everything super vulgar for it to be funny.
What's your type? What's your 10 out of 10?
Actually, I think it's an energy thing, which is kind of crazy.
I don't believe that for a second.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not a chance.
Absolutely.
You're not having sex with a 2 out of 10 with a 10 out of 10 personality.
I've done it.
Really?
And it's way more fun.
Because you vibe.
Because they appreciate it.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
But I do need a description. I'm hoping it's basically me.
It is.
What's
I'm going to be in trouble. Sorry, husband.
No,
Like,
he's fine.
he's the best.
Baby, it's okay. I love you.
He's the best.
I hear about you, and obviously I know how attractive you are.
Really?
It's always the really Christian men. Isn't that so funny?
And that's why I'm not even Christian.
Same, never been religious, but all my haters have like blessed mama 4 in their bio, and they're like, "You're a fat, ugly mom. You're a fucking whore. Your kids are like just fucking bullshit." And I'm like, but then in your bio, it's like Psalm 369,
Yeah.
blessed mommy of 4.
Yeah, like Jesus is gonna spank you, lady, if you keep it up.
Yeah, literally, he's gonna bend you over and fuck your.
She even goes so far as to say that she is clean down there because she has only ever had C-sections. I have heard so many weird and disgusting things, I feel like, in my lifetime, just horrible things that people say, but I have never heard anything as disturbing as that.
I'm sorry, but we have to talk about this whole Avery Woods situation because this most recent podcast has made me so mad on so many levels, like a lot of different people. But I feel like there's a perspective that no one is talking about that we have to. And I'll be the first to say, like, I'm not a fan of her. I'm not a hater either. I just don't care. And I feel like that's why I can be more objective about this. I'm going to be focusing on the fact that she was saying that she had a C-section, which is why she's not wrecked down there or whatever she said. And yes, I did.
First of all, that's like literally the most horrific thing you could ever say to a all-female fan base. I personally have no idea what rando guy is coming to show up to listen to Avery Woods' Cheers podcast, where she has Whitney Simmons, a bunch of other very empowered women come onto her podcast. All you're getting is canceled. Like, you're not getting any pat on the back for these kind of comments. Like, they're not a crowd pleaser. You know what I'm saying? If anything, you are sticking out like a sore thumb for being a pick-me.
Whatever she said. And yes, I did literally have my baby with a natural birth less than a week ago. So this is extremely fresh for me. People praise Avery, and they always have, for being so confident. But a confident person would never bring down another group of people or shame them for a way that they brought a baby into this world. Like, first of all, there are so many ways that it can happen, like natural birth, IVF, C-section, surrogacy, adoption. There are so many ways. And a confident person, like, it would literally never cross their mind to say that.
And to like put a whole group down and say, like, you're no better than anybody. Like, for whatever reason you decide to have a C-section, that's completely your choice. And it's completely everybody else's choice. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is already a slippery slope. And Bessie, we're at the beginning. I've had 2 C-sections and I am wrecked. Wait until she's in her 40s and finds out about adenomyosis and bladder issues from the surgeries. Value isn't based on what we can do for men. So weird. Like, the podcast was simply never supposed to be about explicit stuff, but Avery continues to shift the topic towards it. And she is, of course, a married woman, somebody who has children. Why would she be discussing these topics with a random guy? And continuing into the podcast, it's like everything that she's asking Harry, she's just shifting it back towards herself. But then one of the worst things that she could have possibly said in that interview is she shifts some hate back towards her haters and says some really disgusting things about Jesus. Avery Woods is literally an insane human being. What an awful thing to say or even think. I feel sick. No, like, it's just, I can't even believe Avery Woods got signed onto Unwell. She is a freak in the grossest way possible. I guess the more that I think about this entire situation with Avery Woods, the more I think, where do you start to get these really weird and disturbing types of ideas? If you're somebody who makes content, and a lot of time it's like, get ready with me, I'm going on a trip, take my kid to dance lessons, it's all these things. What in the world would ever bring you to a place where you start to say such disturbing and disgusting things and then post them on the internet?
All right, I see some people. We need to ask them what's on their Tinder music profile. We got this. What is on your Tinder music playlist?
You know that song Operator?
Uh-huh.
It's Oh So Quiet by Bjork.
Love you, Joe.
The episode that I did with Harry was scripted. These were questions.
First of all, you're not sorry for your actions. You're simply sorry for your consequences.
I just simply don't know how she got down that road in the first place. She didn't need to go down this road of explicit talk. It's not like Harry was forcing her to. It was literally all on her end, which makes me even more confused. The thing is, the more I watched, the more it really started to come off as some weird act to me. Like, she's pretending to be liberated, to be extremely open, and be really in tune with hookup culture, even though she has a husband and children. Not to mention saying these things and knowing for a fact your children will find them one day. That really haunts me. It's like she's kind of trying to enter a world that she knows absolutely nothing about. People used to really enjoy her content when she would talk about what it was like being a nurse or just hanging out and being chill with her family, making usual influencer content. Nobody subscribed, especially not the girlies, to see this type of content from her.
How to know if you've orgasmed? Is it the same as getting wet? Also, this is so embarrassing.
Now she's forced herself into a box, a specific archetype that she has to adhere to forever. And it's kind of the specific reason that Avery just feels so fake. A great example of this is when one of her influencer friends, Emily Kaiser, had lost her son to a horrific drowning accident when he was 3 years old. And before Emily even came back to social media, it was literally, we were finding out about it from news reports. Avery rushed to social media to post a weird video of herself with a necklace with Emily's son's name on it. Before Emily even said a word about the actual situation at hand. That just comes across as incredibly tone deaf to me. And it all kind of comes back to this world where I believe that so much of what she's doing is to be some sort of a performance. It made everyone wonder if Emily and Avery were still friends after this happened, and if her support for Emily was actually genuine or just as a way to get clicks or comments.
I better never hear a piece of Avery Woods hate ever again. I better never hear about any drama between her and Emily Kaiser. These two are real die-hard ride or die friends. To show up in this way 3 weeks after, I'm certain that she spoke to Emily about this. She's wearing a trig necklace. She's wearing angel wings. She looks absolutely devastated, like she has been in the throes of grieving with her friend. And she didn't make this post about her kids. There was a lot of speculation about how it might have been received, that Ken Craddock made the first post that when she came back to social media being about a family vacation. And to a lot of people, that felt very insensitive. And this feels so genuine and supportive.
I completely disagree. And if you guys know anything about their friendship, it's no longer anymore. And I'm sure for a multitude of reasons. This is all strategy. Had she come back too soon, she would have been canceled. She waited till it was safe, wore a strategic necklace, and put on makeup. This actually feels more exploitation of the situation to me. Necklaces, time off, and sad eyes makes her a ride or die. Can we not? No drama between her and Emily, but mocking a whole religion is something really hard to come back from. It was already not looking good for her. Honestly, I think it's all a complete lie and a way to look a certain way. All of these influencers love forming connections and friendships that aren't real to begin with. My personal opinion would be that most of the connections that she made through her doing TikTok were just part of the experience. Probably superficial and not true friendships. Hopefully she has some friends and support from her real life. Avery was never her friend. She was parasitic to Emily. She still copies everything she does to this day. You cannot change my mind on this. Influencers are not friends. They work together at best. They're just trying to get more followers. I hope she has good friends in her life that she nurtured in her past. I think social media is a little bit of a slippery slope because everybody's in it for different reasons. Some people do it for the beauty of the art and they love to create content. Some people really want to make money. Some people want to social climb. They literally want to make Drake. Go ahead. And just simply from what I've seen over the past couple years, Avery and Emily Kaiser are kind of in it for different reasons. But to be honest, these controversies I've talked about so far don't even scratch the surface of Avery's really disgusting behavior. Because one of the worst things that Avery has done hasn't even been to one of her friends or one of her fans. It's what she's actually done to her own family. If Avery can go on a podcast and make full jokes that literally make Harry Jowsey uncomfortable, you can only imagine what type of mother she is to her own children. Spoiler alert, a lot of people have discovered it's not a good one. Just take a look at how she treats her children. She was out here filming her own daughter using her own adult voiceovers, not even bothering to go ahead and censor her face, and literally just using her family for content. This is how she became a millionaire, exploiting her child with an inappropriate voiceover. I don't get it.
Hey, bitches, welcome to my morning routine. I always start off with a fresh warm baba, cuddling my mom, and then I purposely piss her off by tipping my baba upside down. Then mom gives me a kiss and her breasts fucking rank in the morning, so I push her bitch away. Then I make sure to annoy my mom as much as possible when she's drinking her coffee by stealing her caramel and sucking on her finger. Then she makes me get my hair done, which blows. She does this every goddamn day, so I purposely yank my head in different directions to make sure she can't get it done easily. Turned out really good, though. I know the park moms are going to shit themselves over it. Then we loaded up in the golf car. I made sure my Crocs were in sport mode, and we dropped off brother at school.
All right, check this out. Yeti just made the coolest technical pack I've ever seen. This is called the Scala. This is a 50-liter pack right here. So I can get into the sleeping bag compartment either through the front. It also has this additional zipper pocket on the outside. It's got 2 front stash pockets, extra large bottle pockets on the side. So I can either put a bottle in vertically like that, but I love the ability to put it on the side and I can access this without having to take the pack off. So I can just kind of rip this lid open. And then totally unique to this pack is the ability to open it from the front. This thing is fully adjustable. It has curvature on the harness, which spreads a ton of the weight out. I've been lucky to wear a lot of packs in my life and been a lot of places, and this is by far the most comfortable bag I've ever worn.
School. Once we got home, I helped Dad with some yard work because he thinks he's a botanist, and then I helped Mom check the mail because I pulled nuts up online shopping. Fun.
It's just I don't know. Like it's all just it feels a little bit interesting watching something like this, and like so much of it just felt a little bit wrong because this is a baby. I don't know. Like I some people think it's funny, some people are on the side where they think it's totally inappropriate and disgusting. But really, like, this is all regular TikTok mom influencer stuff. Like, all of the TikTok moms be doing this weird stuff trying to make money on social media. TikTok's very desensitized to all this, which is why you will see so much of the commentary being like, I don't see a problem, it's just a kid. No, but what really got a lot of people is when she started openly saying that she loves her son more than her daughter. Like, again, this is content that's going to exist forever. You'll never be able to scrub this, and they will watch it one day.
Boy mums on TikTok are getting out of control. Most recently, it was this TikTok creator, Avery Woods, who went viral for saying this about her kids.
Boy moms feel me on this, but my son has my heart and my soul. I obviously am obsessed with Stevie Lee. She is just the greatest little girl in the world. But my whole life, I always wanted to be a boy mom.
Now, she and along with other creators alike are under fire for showing explicit preferential treatment over her children based on their gender. This had people online upset, and some creators like this argue that these kinds of videos are super harmful because imagine how those daughters are going to grow up to see.
What about the fact that it's like me making pizza with my son while your crusty daughter doesn't know how to cook? It's like, it's like literal hypotheticals about things that don't exist. Like, your son is 2. Like, you clearly have too much time if you're getting razzed about a hypothetical situation. She exploits her daughter so much, it's disgusting, and then she makes a video like this. Also, she has a great snark page. As a mother, this drove me up the wall, given that this is a video that will never be forgotten and her daughter will grow up and most likely see it. But saying you're a boy mom when you have a daughter is crazy, and I have both a son and a daughter, and they all annoy me equally. You're just a mom. Like, just shut up. You're just a mom. That's it. And not just a mom. We love a mom, but you're not a boy mom. You're not a girl. It's just you're a mom. Now, all of this controversy was back in 2024, and in 2025, Avery made the decision to start censoring her kids' faces. At first, everybody thought this was a fantastic step for her. Like, awesome. Maybe it was for the reason that she was starting to value her child's safety. Bro, I'm like a random russet potato on YouTube. Like, I will not show my child's face on the internet. Simple as that. Well, sorry, it seems like a lot of people were very sentimental about that, but it turns out that's not actually the reason why, for safety reasons. Actually, it's because Avery and her family moved to California in 2025. And the thing is, California law is stating that any child that is in online content has to have a portion of the funds deposited into a trust fund. California law now requires parents to safeguard their children's online earnings, particularly those of child influencers. Specifically, a new law extends traditionally for child actors to those featured in online content. This means parents must deposit a percentage of their child's gross earnings from online content into a trust account. So So basically, a lot of people are thinking that Avery is simply doing this and censoring their faces so that she doesn't have to give them any money, despite featuring them in her content every day. And I think it's also a little bit redundant to now censor their faces when you have posted so much content of them in the past how many years? It is flooded all over the internet. Everybody knows what those kids look like. Avery Woods can't help herself. What's the point of publicly saying you're no longer showing your kids' faces if you're going to exploit them anyway? Barely hiding their faces with drawn-on stars, having their entire bodies in videos, having their faces in videos, using them for affiliate links, and now just straight up having them in ads. She's not protecting them at all. I think that this is a version of making your child work. Like if I'm being completely honest, and this might be a taboo conversation, you having your children go, can you run in front of the camera 5 more times? Can you actually hold the camera and film me? Can you actually let kids be kids? Like, why are they in this anyway? Nobody should, like, what? She built her whole platform on exploiting and fat shaming her baby daughter too. It was horrible. How does somebody over time, which seemed to be a very normal individual, become this vile and like this toxic? How do you go from being a normal mom to someone who exploits your own children, ruining your own reputation in the process? And Avery just isn't even affected by any of this. If you look at the cold hard facts, she's going to be starring in a new season of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, which, by the way, doesn't make any sense because she's not even remotely religious and also has said some horrific things about religion in the past. Like, remember the Jesus comment.
Fans are upset that Avery Woods is a part of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives Orange County spinoff, not only because she isn't Mormon or the fact that she doesn't even live in Orange County, but mainly due to her past online controversies. Avery gained over 500,000 followers in a short amount of time because of these voiceovers that featured her daughter. So when Avery would post concerning videos, for example, there was a video she posted of her daughter eating whipped cream off her fingertips, and that video specifically got over 400,000 saves. People started to notice the thousands of saves, the thousands of shares on videos of her daughter, and would persistently be in the comment section asking her to be more careful with her daughter and the creeps on the internet.
This is another huge issue with mommy influencers. They've done this so many times. They will have a very adorable daughter or son and then make the excuse that they are putting them in content because they're so cute and we're having fun and brand deals, affiliate links. And then they never, ever protect these children from the creeps that live on the internet. We all remember there's like a couple things we learn in school. Don't get into a random van and don't meet up with creeps on the internet. There are always creeps on the internet. And it just feels like so many of them choose this naive card because they want to continue making money. They want to continue using their children for social media and online presence and using them for content while simultaneously constantly putting them in danger. Like, it's disgusting.
One of the most concerning videos that Avery posted of her daughter was to a telephone trend a few years ago on TikTok where her daughter is sitting in front of the camera like this with her lower half pointed to the camera. Her daughter seems to be on a counter and Avery's standing behind her, and she grabs her daughter's leg and uses her foot as a telephone, and in the caption it reads, "She's not as flexible as she used to be." One of the scariest comments on that video was someone who commented pre-order.
Y'all aren't mad enough about the content. See, I don't understand how some people cannot care, but to me, I think it's really disturbed. And personally, I just don't think she's interesting enough to keep the content going without her children. Like, being a mommy is like a part of her entire shtick. I'm gonna say it, they only put her in because they know the situation between her and Emily will attract viewers in hopes to get the details. I'll die on that hill. And you know what? The TV shows and these reality shows are just as disgusting. But honestly, if you start looking at how people talk about her online, it's very clear that not a lot of people are loving Avery right now. She has sacrificed her entire sense of self for more views, more brand deals, and more money. And people can sense that. Any of you guys that think that viewers or people that scroll TikTok are stupid or your followers are stupid, bro, they know more than you. Like, they know everything about every corner of the internet. It's just insane to me that she's literally sold out. And I bet Avery can sense it because she's become incredibly sensitive towards any bad comments that are made about her, which I'm kind of scared that she's going to come for me after this video. But I mean, like, punch up, right? We got to punch up, girls. Just a week ago, she literally tried to get a girl kicked out of university for simply posting a comment on her page.
People are asking for an update on Avery Woods and how she contacted a university because of a snarky comment, and I do believe that we have a small update. Just a brief breakdown because I've done the full breakdown on my page. Avery reached out to someone's university after leaving this comment. Guys, she had to pay for the new house somehow.
So during the entire controversy of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, everybody was talking about it, saying like, bro, you're not even Mormon. What are you even doing on this show? You don't even live in Orange County. County. It doesn't make any sense. Somebody left a comment saying, guys, she had to pay for the new house somehow. So apparently Avery bought like an over $3 million house in California recently. Like this could be hate. This could be, guys, she's got to pay for her house, bro. Like she's literally putting in work. She's a working mom. She's working at it. There are much worse comments out there. Can we equally agree? I think I've got worse comments on my page for sure.
Somehow. Then there were some message exchanges between the girl and Avery Woods, which you can pause to read.
Didn't go the way that you were expecting it did. Thanks for the 20 new followers and supporters, because Avery like put her on blast on her story. You need help blocking you so you don't have to keep coming back to harass me, wishing you nothing but love.
Read. In addition to this, where Avery Woods reached out to the university, and then this is what she sent back to the girl.
Gave your university a heads up because I'm sure they don't want a bully attending their school. Peace, love, and healing. So Avery went out of her way to contact the school that this girl is a part of because she was so upset for the girl saying that she had to pay for her house somehow. Luckily for us, I'm self-employed and I don't go to school anymore. But you know what I'm saying? Thank God I'm not in university because, geez, I would be scared making this video. Video
to the girl. So now people are asking, what is the update? Has anybody heard from the university? Is anything going to happen to this girl? So far, there is nothing that anybody has figured out as far as if the university is going to act. Avery is claiming that she was bullying and harassing her, even though it does appear as of right now that she only commented this one comment on Avery Woods' post. However, the biggest update is that there is a petition where people are saying viewer petition regarding casting decision in Secret Lives of Mormon Wives franchise. They were asking for 200 signatures and already 143 have been signed. And basically this is a just brief breakdown of the petition, basically for Hulu to reconsider the inclusion of Avery Woods in the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives franchise and for future franchise related projects.
I think it's bizarre that they would even cast her in the first place. She has a slippery slope of a background. Like I think a lot of these people who cast for these shows don't pay attention to the controversies because there are a lot of people that would literally just completely ignore this show for the sheer fact that Avery's on it. They won't watch it because Avery's on it. So you're really ruining your chances at having this be a successful show for having somebody so controversial on it. This all to me was just so genuinely confusing. In the influencer space, it is a given that you have to have a backbone. If you're posting as much as these people do, bro, these girlies are posting like 4 TikToks a day. To get so upset about one comment and go after her and then contact her university, I can't believe people would try and defend her on this. She intentionally tried to destroy a young girl's education and future over nothing. It's more than just mean. It's really dark. And this is the thing about Avery that I keep coming back to, like the toxicity and whatever has gone awry for her. It's not looking cute. It's really bad, actually. Do you know what it takes to even get into school? I mean, like, she was a nurse. For sure she knows what it takes. Is it really worth it? Like, get over yourself. And especially, it's like peace and blessings, bro. Like, you're living life. You've got a beautiful family. You're happy. You have money. You have a roof over your head. You got food on the table. What is the purpose of trying to hurt so many people? You know, with the Jesus comment, with the comments, your child, putting your kids on the internet. It's all just very disturbed. Avery was absolutely the mean girl in high school. Thank God she's not a practicing nurse anymore. Imagine how she treated patients. Oh God. Where do I sign? Going after a young girl's education is crazy work. She needs help. She deleted my comment on her video when I said Team Emily.
This whole Avery Woods situation, she's clearly lost the plot. And I've seen it so many times. And this situation in particular hits home for me because she was a nurse. She was a nurse prior to doing this whole social media influencing life. And when she started making money and brand deals, she was able to quit being a nurse. But somewhere along the way, I feel like she has totally lost the plot. And people have been saying this for years. There comes a point in time when you have to realize, as somebody who has millions of followers online, you have to realize the power and influence that you have. And sometimes I feel like people get caught up in the fact that, yes, do I think that social media is super freaking mean nowadays? Yeah, absolutely. But it's really not our responsibility to teach somebody a lesson. And the reason I say that is because a person who comments something mean on your profile that doesn't have influence has far less consequences than if you turn around and dox this person to the entire world. Your actions as an influencer, as a creator, have far more consequences for them than they do saying something mean to you in your comment section.
The truth is, ladies and gentlemen, this is one thing we can learn from this. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how much success you have. You could literally be going to the moon with Neil Armstrong tomorrow. If you are a disturbed and angry and unhappy and insecure person, it's going to come out no matter what. And you have to fix those internal issues before anything else. And there's a pattern here that I'm seeing quite often, and it's the lack of accountability. You're playing the Kardashian card where these people have put you on a pedestal, made you famous. And now that you've gotten to a certain place, you are going to push every controversy under the rug and never come clean about anything. Like, are you really standing by all the things you done and just going, I meant what I said what I meant? And if that's the case, then she's not saying sorry and you can make up your own opinion about her. I just hate the idea of somebody who is gaining a following, she's gaining money, she's living her life, she's living in the lap of luxury out here, not ever coming clean or ever saying that was a disrespectful comment of mine. It never really happened. And I don't feel like anything is very true, even if she has said any sort of sorry, when you are still acting this disturbed. Like, why does she insist on doing this witch hunt? The comment wasn't bad, yet she's so pressed about it to the point where she literally would happily ruin somebody's life over it. You've lost the plot. That's why I can confidently say that Avery's story is any influencer's cautionary tale. Because in the beginning, she reached a milestone that most influencers could only dream of. She was able to even transition into doing content full time from her regular job. And not to mention, she's able to spend endless time with her entire family, take care of her kids, be with her husband, work from home. It's literally a dream to so many. You need to be a very special kind of toxic to ruin something as great as that. And unfortunately, Avery really is that special kind of toxic. And instead of making her views skyrocket like she'd hoped, it has done nothing but cause her own downfall. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, throw it a big fat thumbs up and also subscribe down below if you're not already. If you enjoyed this video, you can go ahead and click this playlist right here. I know you will absolutely love it. I hope you have an amazing day or night whenever you're watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye, guys.
Code Red, all hands on deck. We need to match these people. Oh, this is great. Oh, I love it. Tinder music mode. Add your favorite song to the Tinder music mode, and that's the key.
Yeah, you know what? I love that. I think I'm gonna message him right now.
See, that's what happens when you trust the playlist. You might have a lot more in common than you think.
Sunrise, a skin-loving body care line for girls on the glow. With 90% naturally derived ingredients, lush, nourishing formulas, and daydream-inspired fragrances. Sunrise and shine.